Hey guys, this is Julian from the Binary Lab. Have you recently been struggling to make profits in the markets when you trade binary options? So what I wanted to do in this video, I know it's been some time since I last made a live video on Facebook, but I thought, given the recent market conditions and also a lot of people messaging me, asking me how I'm doing, or rather, how is it that Binary Lab is still keeping out its results? I had a couple of things to say to you on this video. So first of all, let's say if you've been trading binary for some time and lately, because of the market conditions, or maybe you didn't notice there was market conditions, you find that the strategies that you've been doing for some time are not working, or you find that somehow for some reason your win ratio is suffering, and you find that it is not kind of the same thing as it was, and you're just at that point of time where you're wondering, should you still keep doing this? Should you still, is your broker ganging up against you? Is the market becoming bad to trade? Should you give up? Should you do something else? Um, well, this is actually one of the reasons why is because people fail to recognize a good market from a bad market. Okay, so it is during times like this that it becomes so important to be able to look at webinar replays. So this is where webinar replays is just so important because, like, for people inside the Binary Lab, what I do here, I'm going to show you in a moment. Okay, this is the current market, and over here, this is actually another this trading view current market as well. I want to show you over here. So this is actually a video archive I have specially for members. All these videos, as you can see, are private. Okay, so they're kind of like private and shared only within members of the Binary Lab. And what I have is I have webinars marked out as case study. Okay, so let's say if we're doing reversal trading, and if you've been trying to do reversals on a very flat market, okay, and you haven't been succeeding, maybe that you thought, okay, it's gonna do a reverse over here. Why didn't it do that? Why did it go flat? And then you take a look at these case study webinars, and when you watch it, here's what you're gonna notice. Okay, so I'm gonna play a little bit of this case study webinar, and you can see that just within here, you can actually observe the kind of range we're experiencing over here. Just look at the price range that we have in that one. So even like this, look at this range from here to here. That's about 12 pips from top to bottom. And when you compare that, okay, I'm going to just exit the screen. When you compare that with what we see right here, okay, how much range do we have? We have, let's say from here, it's 537 to at this point 49. So that's only about 4 pips. So if you compare, like, apples to apples, pound USD today to one of our previous case study, okay, so like I say, I post a lot of case study webinars for my students to be able to refer to whenever they find that something is going wrong. Okay, stop, reset yourself, look at a case study webinar, and look at the market movements. How are they comparing with the present markets that you see? Is it different? Okay, if it's different, then you may want to use a different strategy, or maybe if you don't have an idea of what to do, ask inside of the group, and then during our live webinars, I'll answer you as to how to handle the market conditions. Does that make sense? Right? If you find that this is making sense to you, and you're not already part of the Binary Lab, share this video right now so that more people can find out about the proper ways to trade. And the good news is that binary options is actually still very good to trade, but I must say that this week in itself, our webinars have been really short. So usually we go for about 60 to 90 minutes on our daily webinars, but this week, the total number of webinars this week is just 3. Okay, I usually do between 4 to 6 webinars per week, of 60 to 90 minutes long, but this week I've only been doing them for an average of 40 minutes each time because the conditions is just so flat. So I want to show you also the trade results from earlier today. I want to show you on my Facebook page. So just a moment, get to the Facebook page right here. Okay, so this is just today's earlier post. And what you can see is that the wins earlier today is really close. Okay, this was a tie, and okay, this is a 1 minute trade. Okay, this one here is a 5 minute trade that ended just half a pip in the money. Okay, so this made money. This one over here lost out by just about 2 pips. This one here won by 0.6 pip. This one here won by about 1.5 pip. So the wins recently are just so narrow, and very typically when I see the wins going very narrow, I just get out of the market to get altogether. Have a look at what we did earlier today as well. So these are some of the setups, and I was coaching my students about this one, and you can see that inside of my group. Okay, basically, this is my mastermind group where students get to chat among themselves, and I was posting to them a trade that I did. Okay, and just waiting for the camera to focus. Now, there are some students there, asking about, what do you think of a put on the EU's Euro USD, and so I actually posted some screenshot, and I said, you want to look at this, okay? It looks as though it could be a really short-term one, but the thing is that it's still within a parallel channel that's going up, and only now it's closing beneath. But when this one comes out here, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go all the way down. Well, it could consolidate within here, which I have another screenshot to review that. And let's have a look at these are some of my students posting their stuff. And actually, let's get up to the, here you can see. So you can see some of the feedbacks over here. Someone did a put on this trade, and then I was telling him that I don't even think that's a good idea, because when it's not safe to assume that this is going to drop straight away, because when it comes out of here, it can possibly go within a sideways range, and that's almost exactly what happened. Okay, the aftermath of this is that actually let's check out the aftermath. So let's see. That's what I put out there, and this was at server time. Okay, and let's just see what happened here. I should still have that chart on my screen, and we can check that out. So I'm curious as well. I'm curious to see what happened, because that was like lunchtime, and I stopped at that point. So let me get the zoom out. All right. So this is what happened. No, it didn't go down. It actually, at that point, this is the same range that we did, that I sent out to my students. I'm gonna draw this, click a range like that. This was when we were drawing that same range from earlier, and it was quite a range. So I said, let's not jump to conclusions, and this could well be a breakout. So this could it broke out to the top side, and then it came down. So this whole week it's been a very edgy kind of a price action. I believe there are a bunch of factors that caused this. I initially thought that the market would improve after all the Fed monetary policy statement and press conference, because there's a whole lot of this stuff going on. This was like yesterday, and also there was the interest rate decision, Bank of Canada, and later on there was also a ECB interest rate decision, and finally a ECB press conference. So a lot of heavy stuff that people are watching out for. And then today, there was like the Fed Yellen speech. There was China GDP. China GDP usually shakes up the markets, but earlier today it was just dead. So I then found out that it's probably because of Donald Trump's inauguration that's coming up, that people could be continuing to stay out. So one of the reasons for that is I read that Donald Trump, you see, one of the first, around the day one of his presidency, he actually wanted to withdraw from the TPP, which is like a 12-country trade Pacific partnership. So there's a lot of things happening on the calendar this week, and it doesn't help it that the inauguration of Donald Trump is just coming around the corner as well. So that could make a lot of the big traders just want to stay on the sidelines and just watch what's going to happen. So this is where it's, once again, if all this stuff is making sense to you, please share this video so you can help someone out. Like I said, when you look at the conditions, well, earlier this week, if you've been on my mailing list, since last week, I've been sending out the need to trade defensively. Okay, so trading defensively is about having a trading plan that adapts. So let's say your main game may be doing breakouts that run for a very long time. But very honestly speaking, okay, I'm going to show you the markets that we've been seeing, and you can see that breakouts haven't been really running for very long. Okay, look at this one. Over here, we do have a very small consolidation zone over here, but it broke out for just one bar and then it stagnated again. Okay, so a lot of beginners will make this mistake of seeing that, oh, I'm zooming out, just like everyone tells me to, zoom out all the way, and let's get a macro view of what's going on. Oh yeah, it's breaking out, it's having some, sorry, I just made an extra line here, let's clear that. So they're going like, I'm zooming out, I'm seeing that, hey, there are all these consolidations and breakouts, and one thing they fail to do is to stop and notice is that when these breakouts happen, how soon is it before it actually goes into another area of consolidation? And the thing is that it's just happening way too quickly. So we often need one bar to verify a breakout, and then you can probably catch it for 1, 2, but often not more than 2 breakouts. It's probably going to hit another one. This one got lucky by hitting. You probably could catch it for 3 bars, but it's a really close shape. Many of these ones say, oh, breakout, and then what happens next? Reversal. So it's gonna be really tough. So this week, what I've done is that I've actually demonstrated to binary lab traders in real time live how I handle these conditions. And for those of you who are inside the binary lab, you can see how I handle these conditions very defensively. Okay, so let's say I'll always have a plan A, and if that plan A doesn't work, I'll go for plan B. Plan B doesn't work, plan C, or if not, I'll just adapt, work based on support resistance, and and do a little bit of charting and see the price action, and I'll also measure the ranges. Okay, one tip I can give you guys, some of you who are watching this video may not already be trading with the binary lab, but one tip that I can give you to try for now that will definitely change your trading is this. Okay, so when you are looking at your charts, I'm going to put this to something else that I don't have a lot of stuff on. So let's try the Aussie JPY, which should be quite active around this time because it's the Asian session. I'm in Asia. So let's look at this one over here. I think we probably can find something that I can give you a tip on, and then you can try this out. So let's move this chart all the way to the side. Oh dear, it's flat as hell. Okay, what I would do is, let me try and find something more active, or let's say a chart section that is a bit more active than that. You know what, let me do it over here instead. It's just a personal preference. You can use NetDania, you can use TradingView, you can use MT4 or what. I'm just very adept to drawing stuff on MT4, so I'm going to use this instead. This chart's not too active. I want to show you something else instead. Okay, yeah, let's go with this one. Alright, this is the pound JPY. Okay. Alright, so I want to show you one of the things I look out for. And this, for those of you who are not yet in the binary lab, you can use this tip to evaluate if it actually helps you. So, what we see here, I'm going to zoom out. And, a lot of people will first class, okay, there are a lot of there are a lot of waves in this, and if there are a lot of waves, we definitely can catch some trades. So ordinarily, that would be the case. So I'm gonna go back in here, and I just saw a spike over here. So I think the next thing that it's gonna do is gonna come down. So let's have a look. So what I will do here is that I will do a parallel channel, like so. I will do a channel that fits through the it'll be a best fit line that encompasses the most of the recent swings. And in this case, what I want to see is that I look at a couple of things. First and foremost, I look at how much range does it have. When I measure range, I have to measure in a 90-degree tangent. So I measure this way. This way, see, it's tangent to the line, not directly down, but tangent to the line. And I want to see how many pips I have. So just to give you some backup information, pound JPY usually moves a lot. It's one of the craziest pairs in the world. Okay, but right now, from this range, which looks like a lot on the chart, it really is only 6 pips. This is 660, okay, 6 pips. And this is the 1 minute. Why I use 1 minute? Because 1 minute is the most productive time frame where binary options trading is concerned. We are rewarded on fast entry exits. So we want to make the most trades in the shortest period of time. And that way we can maximize the fact that binary options gives us a lower payout than what we risk. So if let's say we risk 100%, if we risk $100, our profit will never be more than 80 bucks on that trade. So because our ratio of that is minimal, so we want to exploit that to the max by the fact that binary options, a win is when you, let's say, choose that it will go higher or lower than that point, and it actually does so for an amount, even if it's so small that wouldn't actually make money on Forex, but we're actually making more money in binary because of that ratio. Okay, so that's how I look at it. And now I measure this to be 6 pips from over here to over here. I'll go out to the daily chart as well, and I want to see that on the daily chart, how much movement is there in a whole day. So in order to do that, I'm going to use this crosshair tool again to check how much movement I have from the bar open to the bar close in the whole day. So over here for yesterday, it opened at 619 and yesterday closed at 845. This is pathetic. This is complete shit. This is about 10% of the norm. With 10% of the norm movement, I can expect that many of the normal trading strategies will not work. So using this method alone, a lot of you who may currently be trading and wondering, why is your method not working? It is because the market is not being normal. So my criteria is that I will look at the daily to see that is there a certain amount of movement. For this pair of the pound JPY, I expect there to be no less than 100 pips in movement for the whole day. Okay, and when I go down to the shorter time frame, for this pair, for most currency pairs, like for the main pairs like the Euro USD or the USD JPY, I expect that to be nothing less than 8 pips if I'm doing a reversal. Okay, but for something like the pound JPY, I expect much more. My expectations for this is about 1.6 times, so about I'm looking at about 14 pips of range from top to bottom. If I don't have that, I'm not taking the trade. I'm not doing a reversal. I may instead set up for a support resistance trade. So let's look again at this trade. How I will do this one instead is that, like, I already given you my filters. I already said that I use this parallel channel, and then also keeping aware that all these, they could be part of much larger movements. So over here, this could be part of something much bigger. And if you're trading at something much bigger, that gives you the correct amount of movement from top to bottom. Over here, we have about 12 pips. But notice, comparing this again to our case study webinars. Look at our case study webinars. Like I mentioned, we have these case study webinars. I just showed you one just now. And I'm going to go to, any of these, but I'm going to just freeze it over here and look at this case study over here. And you can see the amount of range that we ordinarily have is so much more than what we see today. This is just within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bars. 6 bars on a 1 minute time frame. This is a case study webinar. Now we compare that to what we see on the charts today, and for it to even go 12 pips, how many bars did it take? Let's do a measurement right now. 37 bars. You still can get a good trade, but you have to wait over half an hour for a setup. So for this reason, during our ordinary binary lab webinars, I often do anywhere between 8 to even like 25 trades in a 1 hour webinar. But in the latest webinars, less than 7. And in some cases, less than 4. So, you know, before you lose heart in your trading, yeah, before you lose heart in your trading, what I can tell you is that, well, it's not your fault, okay? And there is hope, and you need to recognize what is actually going different. Compare it to some case studies, and if it is making sense to you, share this video once again, help some people out. So compare it and then notice what's different, what's not working, and whether you should actually even be trading at all. So let me share with you as well. And on this matter, I just want to go to my Facebook page and share something with you. This is yeah, some Alright, this is actually on my Facebook page already. So I shared with you some of the setups for today. This one was a really gutsy trade. It was done right at the end. And yes, I need to clean my screen. There's a lot of dust on it. So this final trade was in the money by about increase the brightness so you can see it. So 1.8 pips. Okay, and this one was a very close shave. Okay, this was also a very close shave. Okay, before we do that, I want to show you one important thing. Okay, since I have your attention right now, I want to show you about this notice that I just placed about fake requests on Binary Lab. Fake Julian Wongs on Facebook, and I specifically want to draw your attention to this part over here. Okay, so I'm actually very upfront about the fact that sometimes we can have sometimes we can double accounts in a week, but definitely not 5 to 10 times. And I'm very upfront about the fact that some weeks, such as this week, we may be making as little as 15% overall. So going through with that, if any of you is interested in Binary Lab after seeing what I've shared with you so far in the video, go check out this checklist, okay? And actually the best way to get started out is to just click the sign up button on my page. But at the same time, for those of you who are sitting on the fence, I want to warn you guys that there are fake Julian Wongs out there, and take some time to check this out. It could be my profile pic, it could be a Binary Lab Facebook cover, but there are a couple of telltale signs, and these include a fake profile friends list has less than 200 friends most of the time. Mine has close to 5,000, because in order to be believable, they'll try to friend request people who are in the Binary Lab we're not suspecting. The good news is that a lot of people in Binary Lab are aware that a lot of these scammers are doing stuff like that. So they're shut down almost as soon as they start. But if you're not already in the Binary Lab and you want to know whether you're talking to the right person, okay, the best route is to go through here to sign up. And if you want to send a message, just send us a message from the page, okay? And then either my admins or myself will get back to you. Now, the fake profile is going to show that they joined Facebook in a certain month of 2016 and 2017. Mine has been around for close to a decade. So the fake profile has few photos and timeline activity. My Facebook profile should scroll endlessly long. The fake profile shows married. I'm actually not married. I'm engaged. I'm not married. It should show my partner's name as well. The fake Facebook profile would point to a blank Binary Lab page. That's not this page. The fake profile will post messages in groups on Facebook promoting trading account management, auto trading robots, promising ridiculous returns. Bullshit. I never advocate robots. I don't trade for people. And I'm upfront about the fact, like I mentioned just now, that yes, we can double accounts in a week using webinars and the strategies that we teach. Of course, this depends on the market, on a case study kind of, like what I mentioned. If we have videos like that case study that case study video I posted to you just now was 100% win webinar. Okay, and if we have that kind of conditions on several days in a row, we can double the account, even on good risk management. But at the same time, there are some weeks that we can be making as little as just 15% overall, like this week. The fake profile will ask you to send an email to a very lengthy, dodgy-looking Gmail address that may contain the words Julian Wong and Binary Lab to sign up, and some other BS. But if you're on my mailing list, you can join my mailing list, by the way, at theBinaryLab.net/sign-up. So let's say if you click on this button, this is just going to sign you up for my mailing list. And if you want, if it's going to show you a next step where you can also, select an option to join the Binary Lab. But if you do not do anything, if you just put an email address there, it gets you into my mailing list. So you know from my mailing list that my email address, I only send it from here, julian@theBinaryLab.net. So I don't handle signups personally, other than there. If you see a fake profile, just report the fake profile. And if you are not associated with me on Facebook and you cannot do that, tell my admins about it as well. So Binary Lab is actually free to join when you open broker accounts through Binary Lab using this page. So I just want to set the record straight, okay? So exactly, 15% is a really good rate. It's way better than the banks. I just want to go through some of the comments right now. If you have any questions, you can ask them. Okay, so Aisha, for American traders. Okay, just yesterday I was making a post, you probably saw that on my Facebook page as well, about the news that Bank the Binary is going down, or rather going down. So you check out this video if you haven't checked it out. They are going down. They were the first broker to be banned from the United States, and following that, the US had outlawed many traders and basically binary trading in general. So when you go to Aisha, when you go to our page, the sign up page, you will actually see a bunch of brokers that where it doesn't say USA not accepted. They actually accept USA. Generally speaking, if you are trading with brokers who accept the Americans, they're kind of doing honestly speaking, they're doing in a very hush-hush manner. There's no actually operating license. It's just because they're using a different license, like a gaming license, or the fact that they're offshore to accept these clients. So if you wish to, we have a couple options available. Like there's Tudor Trade, there's Binary Mate, there's FinPower got taken out because they stopped selling in the United States. So it's Tudor, Binary Mate, and there's also CT option. I wouldn't comment on which one's best and if they're really good or anything, because generally speaking, for anyone outside the United States, in the video on Bank the Binary, I mentioned that as far as possible, just go for regulated brokers these days. If you're outside the United States, I have links inside the video. If you click on this video, okay, it's going to open the YouTube, and on the YouTube I have a bunch of links that you can go through that I referred to in the video, like about the news about them going down. Videos that I've made about how ripping people off, how they lost their license, news on them closing down, market analysis, regulated brokers for non-US citizens. So check those out. For those of you who have any other questions, just go ahead and post them. I will be checking this video in the next couple hours as well, even after this video has ended. So if you have any questions, just ask them. In the meantime, I hope this makes sense to you. So if you've been trading and you've been making some losses, you find it's getting difficult, and you feel like quitting, well, the good news is that you're not the only one who is experiencing differences in the market conditions. And it's because of these differences that make it hard to trade, not because that the broker's getting up against you, not because the markets are getting tougher, but it's just one of those times that you should be, chilling on the beach, sipping one of your favorite drinks, or spending time with your family, or doing something that you enjoy. Okay, so as I always say, if the market is great, just tap it to the max. If it's not, just find something else to do. This is Julian Wong from the Buyer Lab. Good trading. Goodbye.